All right, let's see how this works. Greetings, this is Marley. At the beach, so it means I'm at my thinking place. My God, it's so bright out here, I can't see the screen at all. So if the framing is all bad, it's because all I'm seeing is a black screen, I can't see nothing. Oh, I hope this thing's recording. Lord, I can't see nothing anyway, so hope you're well. So, I've been thinking about this whole, the 19 of the code ID. I can't say it because if I do say it out loud, then it'll be picked up by the AI YouTube bots, and then it'll be taken down because they'll say that I was saying incorrect information. And I'm not giving information or medical advice at all. I'm just spouting my thoughts about this whole thing. You see now, when you have constant ongoing updates about how many people died, who's dying, so on and so forth, then you see things in the news like 78% of Britons agree with Boris Johnson's plans to lock the country down again. Because it's hard to make a decision out of fear. It's hard to do that. You kind of stop thinking rationally and you just start thinking reactionary, or reactionarily, I guess is the word, I'm not too sure. But you're now reacting to the fear rather than reacting to information. Now over here in the Gambia, so far there's been 110 deaths, and people apparently 110 deaths which have been due to COVID-19. Now the reason why I say apparently is because of, when you really look at it, the things that are being done and being done and pushed in the West as a way to reduce the impact of this killer virus that is there on the surfaces you touch, and the air that you breathe, and the food that is being packed for you, and is all around you. It's the things they tell you to do, like wear a mask, like keep 6 feet away from people or 2 meters away from people, or to isolate yourself in your house. The opposite is being done here. Reason being is that yes, people are trying to keep their distance from one another, but in the West, we've all been told that the best way to live is by way of, it's just you on your own, or you and your other half, or you and your, nuclear family. Whereas here, people live in compounds. They don't live in houses, they live in compounds. So you would have, like, say, you, your cousins, your mum, your grandma, everybody living in the same area, the same compound. So you might have, say, 3 or 4 small houses, and in the center, everyone meets up for, to do the washing, to have dinner, blah, 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 blah. Like a hacienda in Spain, right? So they have this whole kind of hacienda lifestyle over here, where it's like, if that's the case, and you are now saying you must stay home, you're staying home with another 30 people. So that doesn't make sense. And, everyone has this kind of, this thing, I can't remember the Gambian term for it, but it's like when lunchtime comes, lunch is served in a large bowl, and like a family or a group. So the people who work here at Kunta Kinte, for example, there might be like, say, 4 of them in the kitchen, and they'll all eat from the same bowl at the same time using their hands. But then those people will then go back to their respective compounds and be all sharing a bowl there. So now, if this thing is really killer, right? Super killer, and there's only 2 million people here in the country, and since February when it became like a thing here, if everyone is doing that, everyone's going back to their compounds, and that's where they isolate, or everyone is eating out of the same bowls, and so on and so forth, this place should just be full of dead people. Like Melinda Gates was saying, she said that Africa will be awash with dead bodies. Awash with dead bodies. What she was hoping for would be that you would have news reports coming from international news talking about of all the dead Africans just lying in the streets. And in fact, what you'll find is that everybody here is drinking their moringa tea, having their baobab, they're killing the green like spinach. They call it super kanja. I mean, it is just like a boost of iron to your body and your immune system. Like, they ain't going nowhere. So then I'm thinking, hold on a second. Here is a very good example of if you do the opposite of what they're telling you to do, then why are all these people dying of this killer disease over in England, over in America, over in Canada, over in Australia, everywhere else? And they said over there that, you know, when the weather warms up, you know, with heat, this thing will disappear. You had some of the hottest, insane temperatures in Los Angeles, where the place is looking like, you know, Armageddon, but COVID is still there. Now this place is warm. It's getting hot now because it's coming to the end of the rainy season. So if you look at the sand is quite moist. It's quite damp still. So it is just all being like shoved back up into the atmosphere. It's quite cloudy today. Quite a lot of cloud in the sky. So even though it's very bright and it's very hot, it's very humid, even down by the sea, it's very humid. You can see there's no wind, like you can see there's like no waves. So yeah, it's warm here, but it's not so much where you go, well, it's not like Los Angeles. So Los Angeles should have no coronavirus because it's been hot. So I have to question what I'm seeing. And I suggest that you question as well. Because if you go by what they're showing you on the TV and so on and so forth, something ain't right. Something just ain't right. All right, this is Marty. I'm off. Peace.